Hi, welcome back to part 2 of this makeup vanity makeover. My kitty decides to come and join me. Hi! Welcome to Sarsoaps. My name is Lana, and today we're doing second part. We're gonna see how we reupholster the stool. Of course, we're gonna paint again. We're also gonna do boots and the end, the pillow, and some gilding wax on the hardware. Enjoy! Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Okay, few things we're gonna do before we paint. We're gonna separate the cushion from the bottom by simply unscrewing that, because later on we will reupholster with different material at the top. And also, I think I'm gonna repeat this in my every video, how important it is to clean your piece before you start painting, because you just don't want any dirt and grime to interfere with your paint. And pay attention to this water. Water is clear right now, but you will see the stool legs is very small, you will think, but at the end you will see how dirty it is. So wash it good. Again, what to wash it with, it can be totally your choice. You don't have to use what I using at the moment, but just in case you opt out to this, I'm gonna leave in the description box below. Anyway, you can clean with any degreaser, or maybe your paint line has something specifically that's designed for that, and you can use that and make sure you just rinse with clean water. But look how dirty is water right now. And to match our vanity, we will continue with the Dixie Belle mineral paint in tea rose color. Any mineral base or chalk based color you want to shake vigorously and mix all ingredients before you using. Also, I recommend for smooth application to lightly wet spray your brush. It will allow your brush to smoothly move and spread the paint. I ended up doing 2 coats of tea rose. Between the coats, I allowed probably an hour or so to wait until the first coat dry, and then I apply the second coat. Also, a good trick if you don't want to wash your brush to waste the color, or you just know you're gonna come back quickly and you don't want your brush to dry, you can just store it in a Ziploc bag. I don't recommend to store it more than for 24 hours, but if you know you're gonna come back within a couple hours or 12 hours and you need to paint again and use the same color, just store it in a Ziploc. It's just gonna save your time, your energy, and it's worth great. After second coat was applied, I let my paint to dry for overnight before I start to do color wash. To avoid any color lifting, you need to make sure your base color is completely dry before you apply any other color wash or glaze or anything like that. And again, to match the top vanity, I'm using Waverly paint ink, and I'm making the color wash the ratio 1:4, or in this case I think I use 1:5, so very liquidy. The best way to work with a color wash, it's in the small sections. So you brush it on and you wipe it off. And this time, at least, I didn't forget to put my gloves on, so I'm not supposed to have any issues with my nails to be black. Using a wet rag or shop towel, you can either completely wet and it's gonna remove more color off, or just slightly damp the towel. It's supposed to remove less, but in this case just be creative and work and see what works for you. And if you need to remove more, remove more. If you need to add more, just add more. It just sky's the limit. After paint completely dry, we're gonna work on golden boots. So I measured the tape how tall my boots wants to be. Then with the second tape, I sectioned off as my guide so I don't go over that line. Using the same tape, I'm gonna mark how tall my boots will be on every single leg. For boots, I'm using Metallics Rose Gold by Deco Art. This is paint, it's very beautiful, and I'm using just regular cheap painters, not even painter, it's an art brush. After applying the first coat, I let it dry for about 15-20 minutes and I apply the second coat. But when I apply the second coat, like each leg at the time, I apply the paint and I remove the tape instantly. After my paint was dry, I apply polyurethane top coat in satin. This time I used a spray in a can. Works pretty good. For the small project, it worked very good. I don't know how it's gonna work on a bigger surface, but I was happy with that. Let's work on the cushion. Before applying different material, I want to remove the backing of the seat. So I didn't have specific tools, but as you see, you can improvise and just use a flat screwdriver and lift your staples and just using pliers and remove the staples off. This baking material was still in pretty good shape in my opinion at least, so I will reuse it after when I apply a new cushion. was my first time ever reupholstering anything, so don't judge me too hard, but I believe you need to measure to make sure you have enough materials to overlap at least a couple of inches. I mean, at the end, you can always cut it off if you have extra. You can add it back. So just using a staple gun, which gave me a hard time, it was jamming or whatever, driving me crazy sometimes, but the job was done. First, I stapled every way around the perimeter before I start working on my corners. And then you pull on the material to make sure the corner is smooth. You bunch some things together and you just put a bunch of staples to make sure it's secure and holding. And just like that, with a little bit of work, a little bit tagging here, pulling there, bunch of staples, and the seat is pretty much done. If you have any excess of, you see like in the corners were sticking out, I just cut it off slightly. And now we're gonna apply the backing. In this way, I did apply first on the corners, and then I went around the perimeter and just stapled everywhere to secure. You know, surprisingly, it wasn't hard at all. Yes, my staple gun gave me a little hard time, as you see, it's jamming on me, and a little bit bang here, a little bit bang there, and it was stapling again. But overall, it was a very easy job. Now we can just attach our seat to the stool. The screws is already in, and with a little bit of force we just push them in and screw it, and it's all good. Okay, I had extra material left and I thought it would be great to make the decorative pillow that is matching the seat. So this pillow I got from Joann's, and it's a relatively small pillow, it's 12 by 16. And be honest, it's very easy to make the pillowcase. So you basically stitch on 3 sides. Sometimes you only need to stitch on 2 sides if you're folding material. But let's say you didn't fold material, so you stitch on 3 sides completely. And on your 4th side, you leave the little open space. So when you flip your pillowcase and then you can push your pillow inside, you can either stitch together by hand, or if you want to be more advanced, Before that, you could have put the zipper and just zip it up. But honestly, with this pillowcase, I was really winging. I was just cutting and measuring and not cutting, but the job was done. So if you wanna more detailed how to make the pillowcase, just let me know. I can make a video. It's easy. Okay, so this is the fourth side of the pillowcase, and I'm gonna stitch and leave a little spot where I don't stitch together. So that would allow me to have this opening so I can flip on the right side my pillowcase. Then I will push the pillow inside of it, and I just ended up closing the spot with just by hand with needle and thread. Does anybody else have this beautiful old cookie jar that they're using to keeping their needles and threads? Or it's just me? Come on. I know somebody else have this too. And pillow is done. And the last thing I want to talk to you about, how to update your hardware. Sometimes it just lost the shine. So what I did with this particular one, I first soak it in the soapy water and then just use an old toothbrush and just scrub it. Rinse it, let it dry, and I'm just applying a gilding wax. I'm using just a small tiny paintbrush. This handle has many crevices and nicks and curves. I just want to make sure that I was able to reach everywhere, so the smaller brush can reach to any detail. And as always, I'm gonna list all the product that I use in this project in the description box below. But if I miss anything or you have some question, please write me in comment. And if you watched this video that far, don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Also, if you didn't have a chance to watch the first part of this video, make sure to do so. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below, so just go there and follow the link and enjoy that part too. And before we see the final results, let's take another look how it looked before, how gloomy and old, and now it's glamorous. I love it. What do you think? Do you like it or do you hate it? Let me know. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. Don't forget to subscribe and give me thumbs up. And I see you in my future video. Bye!